Hello, and welcome back to Lately Fashionable. This video is going to be rather different from my usual sewing content, as I am going to take you along on my summer vacation. So in early July this year, my husband and I went on a child-free vacation for the first time in many years. We were celebrating our 10th wedding anniversary, which was in April, and we decided to go to two cities that I had not been to, specifically in states that I had not been to, because this would allow me to check off 2 states from my list of 50 states. At the time, I only had 5 left that I had not been to, so now I only have 3. The 2 states I was checking off my list were Louisiana and Nevada. So naturally, we went to New Orleans and Las Vegas, both of which are cities that I wanted to experience at least once. And also, we scheduled our trip to coincide with my younger sister's 35th birthday because she was doing a solo road trip to check off her last 5 states. She and I had 4 of the same 5 final states to get to. And she got all of hers and finished up in Las Vegas just in time for her birthday weekend. So we did the New Orleans portion of our trip in the beginning of the week and then ended it in Las Vegas for my sister's birthday weekend. So really this was a multi-purpose vacation. And I of course packed an entirely vintage wardrobe to wear because I'm doing my year of dressing vintage. And I thought a sunny summer vacation would be a really good way to motivate myself to make some new outfits. You can watch my previous video all about my vacation wardrobe planning and sewing to see how much I actually accomplished. But I was quite pleased with the vacation wardrobe I was able to put together. So Monday, July 7th, we arrived in New Orleans around noon and just in time for a midday thunderstorm, which quickly became a theme for the New Orleans portion of the stay. My husband decided to spoil me and get us a stay at the Roosevelt, which was so fancy. I don't think I've ever been inside a building quite so ornate. So for the first few hours, we actually just explored the hotel while we waited out the rain, and it was really nice. We also took advantage of the rooftop pool bar and got a burger because I was starving, and also a delicious mojito. After the rain stopped, we decided to take a walk and explore the French Quarter a little bit. We ended up walking down Bourbon Street towards the sound of brass and drums, and we found live music just happening in the street. Someone gave me beads and then asked my husband for money, and we explored some shops and I bought macarons. I love macarons. My outfit for Monday was my purple and pink rayon wrap dress, which is very comfortable for air travel and also easy to dress up and feel really cute for being a tourist in the city. I wore my new lavender sandals from Memory, which are extremely comfortable. Highly recommend. And of course, some purple flowers in my hair. Tuesday morning, we got up bright and early and walked to Café du Monde for, of course, beignets and chicory coffee. And after we escaped from under a mountain of powdered sugar, we went across the street and got on a mule-drawn carriage ride. And that was a delightful tour of the French Quarter.
That building was also our Supreme Court. The most famous case that was played in 1896 when it was the Supreme Court was Plessy versus Ferguson.
Halfway through the carriage ride, it started pouring rain, but fortunately the carriage was covered, so we didn't get very wet. And the shower ended just as our carriage ride did. Very convenient. But we could see that another one was incoming, so we ran for cover, huddled under an awning of a local restaurant for a minute, and then realized it was lunchtime, we might as well go in the restaurant and eat lunch. That was the Corner Oyster House, and they had the best gumbo that either of us had on the entire trip. So that was a great way to wait out the rain. After that, we did some more exploring, worked out the streetcar system, rode that around for a while, did some window shopping, did some actual shopping. My outfit for Tuesday was my light blue cotton shirt dress with the red accents, and I was torn between two sets of accessories for it. I did put a poll up on my socials, and most people favored the red accessories, but I really wanted to wear the blue, so that's what I wore. And then I changed to the red ones in the afternoon. Both sets of shoes are from American Duchess. We ended up shopping at Trashy Diva, which was really fun, and the sales lady was super helpful. I ended up getting a beautiful dress, a hat, and 3 brooches. Then we had dinner at Snapper's Seafood and Cajun restaurant. The alligator bites were excellent. And then we ended up back at the Sazerac bar, which is inside the Roosevelt Hotel. And I really wanted to try the signature Sazerac cocktail. And my husband really wanted to try a hurricane. And then we got our drinks, both tasted them, both tasted each other's and decided to swap. We both liked the other one's drink better. On Wednesday, I had booked a photo shoot weeks in advance because I knew I wanted to take advantage of just being in New Orleans and dressing vintage like I always do, but in a new location. I booked a street photography photo session with Beauty Photography, and it was a lot of fun. My photographer, Talon, has an Instagram page, which I will link below, along with the Beauty Photography website, of course. Now, the dress that I had wanted to wear for this photo shoot, I did not get done in time. I will finish it eventually, but was not to be for this event. And that's fine. It was actually my husband's idea for me to wear my yellow dress because he helped me pin the straps in the back so that it would fit properly over my shoulders. And he saw how giddy wearing this dress made me, and he said, "That's the one you should wear." And he was right. I felt so pretty. And I truly had an amazing time walking around the French Quarter and getting beautiful photos taken of me. It was extremely hot, but I made it through. Plus, I got to wear my favorite hat. And I wore another pair of sandals from Memory. I had bought both pairs specifically for this vacation, and they were both an excellent purchase. Very cute, very comfortable. Then for that afternoon, we had booked a Garden District walking tour, and we met up with our tour guide just in time for our regularly scheduled midday thunderstorm. I quickly bought an umbrella, and we set out on our walking tour. Thankfully, both days when I got rained on, I was wearing a cotton dress, so no problems. Then after looking at all of the famous people's houses, we did a little bit more shopping. We went to Century Girl Vintage on Magazine Street, and oh my, everything in there was crazy expensive. I did manage to find a pair of earrings that I could afford, and I bought them. And then that was enough walking, so we took a streetcar back to our hotel. Then that evening we went on a riverboat cruise, which my husband had booked for us. There was jazz music, there was a buffet, and there was dancing. We were the only ones dancing, but everyone was really entertained by it.
Goodbye, Joe. You gotta go. You mine. She won't try to fight. My mom, you my own. I'm gonna have a party. You lie, oh, fish pie, big gumbo. Fall to know, you really know, the place is buzzing. Info comes, receive on by the dozen. Yes, it's time, go talk wild, you my own. I'm gonna have big fun all the night. Kimberly, oh, fish pie, big gumbo. Tonight I'm see my machine. Keep up, do a good job, and Break. We'll be back in a few short minutes. Don't go nowhere.
Then on Thursday, we had to say goodbye to New Orleans. It is my new favorite city, and it was very hard to leave. For traveling, I wore my bright Daisies rayon dress and flat sandals from American Duchess. We actually spent most of the day in airports, not getting to Las Vegas until the evening. We did meet up with my sisters for a very late dinner, though. Friday was Elise's birthday, and we met in the morning for manicures and brunch. She had several friends joining her for the weekend, as well as our sister Gretchen, and we had a delicious girls' brunch at Middle Child. Afterwards, Brian met up with us again for the Van Gogh experience, which was really cool. I went fairly casual, and also it was extremely hot, like 109 degrees. And yes, it's a dry heat, but it's also like walking in an oven. So I wore as little as possible. Fortunately, I had a newly completed blue sleeveless top that I wanted to wear, and I found a pair of shorts that have a vintage sort of look to them, and a big sun hat, because why not? After an afternoon of relaxing in the hotel because it was way too hot outside, we had a fancy birthday dinner at the Capitol Grill. Because it was Elise's 35th birthday, therefore her presidential birthday, she requested that we all wear red, white, and/or blue. So I wore my newly finished red tropical print dress and a velvet headband hat. She used by American Duchess, of course. Saturday, we had another girls' brunch at Lago in the Bellagio, and then we spent some time exploring the various casinos. There are some really beautiful spots in there. I wore my purple keyhole bows blouse and my purple rayon wrap dress from before, but this time as a skirt. And I figured out while I was packing that this outfit would work for the hat that I really wanted to wear, which I had a dress planned that I didn't finish in time, so this outfit worked in place of that. And purple shoes from American Duchess. That afternoon, Brian and I had booked a helicopter ride. So we got on a shuttle bus that took us out to the helicopter place, and then we had about a 45-minute tour of the Hoover Dam and the Grand Canyon. It was incredible. I think that's my favorite thing that we did in Las Vegas. And that evening, I met up with the girls again for Cirque du Soleil. Sunday was pool day, so we hung out at the hotel pool, relaxed a little bit, got some sun, a lot of sun, and I got to wear my newly refashioned sun hat, which there's a video about if you would like to watch, and the sarong I made from the leftover fabric of my red tropical print dress. After the pool, I changed into my purple linen halter top with my gathered rayon skirt and my new teal bolero jacket. Brian and I went to go see a movie, and then it was time to fly home. So that was our vacation. I had a lot of fun. I really enjoyed New Orleans, and I can check Las Vegas off of my list. As always, if you enjoyed this video, feel free to give me a like, and if you want to see more, definitely subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye! What was I saying? And after we escaped from under a mountain of pilot... It's gonna be up here? No, it's gonna be up here, isn't it? Yeah, it'll be up here.